Hello Internet, and thank you again for tuning in. So today I want to talk about a sort of type of comment that I have seen around the Internet, ones that go kind of like this. Transgender is a choice. Okay, that's enough. And aside from the obvious, the thing that really bothers me about comments like that is that they want to ignore the history of psychology, in that we tried, conversion therapy type things. We tried forcing people to live as their born gender rather than the one they identify with, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Those people end up doing it in secret, or end up depressed and useless, or just kill themselves, which all of those are not really good ways to handle humans. It's like with homosexuality was the same thing. For a long time that was treated as just straight mental illness, and again, not so good results. What worked was allowing people to just be homosexual. Like, it's fine, it's not a big deal. And it's the same thing with being transgender. What has been proven to work the best for people who feel gender dysphoria is to just let them act as the gender that they feel they are, and allow them and assist them to get closer to that physical body that they feel more comfortable in. So, and I get that the idea of these sorts of comments are just to tear down the legitimacy of being trans. It's how a few years ago you saw a lot more people talking about not being born gay, about deciding to be gay, and you see that sort of thing about transgenderism now. And everyone that I know that's trans, and myself included, we all have known forever. I remember when I was 4 or 5 asking my mom if she ever thought about what it would be like to be a boy. And she said, well, maybe once in a while, but not much. And I told her, I think about being a girl a lot. A lot. And, the conversation never went any further than that. I was a little kid. Little kids say weird things. But I always knew, and every person that I have met who's transgender has a similar story, that they always knew that from a very young age, from well before the start of any level of sexual development, they knew. Another comment that comes up is people will say things like, well, I'm okay with transgender people being transgender, but somebody who's just crazy and wants to be the other gender, that's not okay. And that kind of seems like crafting a hair so you can split it. What's it, where is that line? Are you saying that if you definitely feel more comfortable as the other gender, but you don't pass some threshold of hormonal imbalance or chemical brain structure, then too bad? That sounds kind of stupid. And I think that the current system we have is pretty good, where, because somebody who, I just am not convinced that somebody who is unsure of being trans would live as the opposite gender for very long before they would just be like, okay, I don't like this. I feel like people would know that immediately. Kind of like if you know if you're gay or straight. You just sort of know. You just start, you're attracted to people or you aren't. And I would put this in the same sort of area, we'll say. So yeah, And I, don't see those sorts of comments all that often independently, the sorts of ones that we had before. But I do see them a lot, that people will try and use them to shut down trans people, especially trans people who are trying to just act as the gender they feel they are, as the gender they want to be, as the gender that they are, okay, as the gender that they are. I mean, I've had that happen to me a bunch of times where I will comment on something, just as a woman, as a girl, and somebody will go like poking through, do some internet sleuthing and find out that I'm trans, and they'll say something like, oh, transgenderism is mental sickness. And they only do that to try and shut me down, to try and make it so I can't be part of the conversation as who I am. And it's crappy. And if you feel that way, you feel that way. But you're a crappy person if you comment that way. And that's really all there is to it. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that for now. Thank you for watching. Bye!